Welcome back to an episode of. So when you cut, it's 1 minute 23 seconds. An episode of us talking about furnished rentals, and we're going to, and by where I mean I'm doing the introduction because Andrew did most of it. So I'm just doing the introduction, and Andrew's going to talk about what exactly we outsourced and the kind of parts and pieces of the furnished rental business, a rental arbitrage that you might want to outsource while I play with my phone. So without further ado, boom!
Boom. So yeah, outsourcing. Why do we outsource? So Angelo and I think this should probably be the answer for most people. Outsourcing isn't like necessarily fun, right? Like no one likes hiring people and like seeing them screw up. Like you're outsourcing because you have a goal, and that goal is probably because you don't have enough time in the day to do everything that you need to do. And so you hire other people so you can buy yourself more time, so you can do other things that are more important or that you like doing instead of doing like stuff you don't want to do. So that's our like primary reason of outsourcing. Because there's just like too much stuff to do. Like we wouldn't be able to handle doing it with two people. I don't know how someone you handle doing everything with one person. Props to you. But so what have we outsourced? I'm just gonna list them off in like chronological order of like what we started outsourcing in terms of like our journey through like rental arbitrage. The first thing we did obviously was, and I think most people do this too, is find professional cleaners, because Angelo and I are either really bad at professional cleaning or we just hate cleaning. I think we like cleaned a turnover twice, like maybe twice, and we were like, no, I don't think we're doing that again. And so, you know, a professional cleaner, they know what they're doing. They have all the tools. They have all the, they have like the experience, and they just go in and get a unit turned over in like what, 30 minutes or so, if you don't count, 30 minutes an hour or so, if you don't count like actually doing the linens, which is like way faster than us. And then so that's number one, right? Outsource your cleaning. Number two that we did was outsource building furniture. So there was one time where we were trying to push ourselves, and we acquired two arbitrages in one day. And again, like no way Angelo and I could build two apartments worth of like furniture in a reasonable amount of time. So what did we do? Like for that like day, we hired a bunch of people who would help us like move, right? We used to like use my old truck or whatever, but this time we just hired like a big moving company who brought a van to IKEA, get all the furniture, and like drop it off all the different units. And we like coordinated the time with like people on TaskRabbit that were used to like build furniture, and they just built the furniture. And again, another thing that we noticed was that it took them a lot shorter period of time than it would have taken us to build like 2 units worth of furniture. So I mean, there's a plus that too, right? Like the faster you get a unit up, the faster you can start making money, and the less money you'll lose because you're paying rent every day. So that was pretty good. Like we got cleaning and furnishing done, and then the third thing we started outsourcing was, I guess, a bigger project. Like we started hiring virtual assistants to help us. And yeah, so with the virtual assistants, we actually like give them quite a lot of different responsibilities to do, which is like one of the things they do is like post ads for us on like various websites, Craigslist, VRBO. I guess they also post on Airbnb for us, and I don't know, just a bunch of like, I guess, advertisement like responsibilities that they have to just post on group boards and stuff like that. Another thing, like for example, another thing you can give we give our VAs to do is like every month we have to do accounting with a bookkeeper, and so I used to do this, but I just told them to do it and gave them like directions on how to like where to get invoices, how to like categorize transactions on QuickBooks, how to like contact our bookkeeper and stuff like that. And yeah, so a lot of outsourcing of like these daily like tasks that are just repetitive and kind of mundane. Just stop doing them. Like let someone else do them, because you can hopefully like do better things with your time, right? And then I think the fourth thing that we started needing to outsource was kind of hiring like a property coordinator. I forget if we hired a property coordinator first or like virtual assistants. But I guess
We hired a property coordinator beforehand.
Oh, it was before.
We had Jennifer. We had Jennifer in 20. What year did we start? 2016. Yeah, we had Jennifer. Probably like June of 2016, and then October 2016 was Brandy, and then 2017, and then early 2018 was when I met Josanna. I think like mid-January was when Josanna, February maybe was when yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was irrelevant.
So
cut that out.
Yeah. So property coordinator, what did we outsource to our property coordinator? Our primary reason for like hiring someone, well, let me talk about a property coordinator. In our definition, is someone who's like local to the area and can help us with like things that you have to do when actually be there. So what did we outsource to a property coordinator? The first thing we outsourced was like we gave our guest the property coordinator's phone number. So like, hey, this is the phone number to call in like the middle of the night. So we stopped getting calls in the middle of the night because we just don't want to wake up at like 2 a.m. to like deal with someone not being able to get into a house, or like the toilet's clogged or something like that. So again, like so that was like one of the main things we did to hire a property coordinator. Another thing we like outsourced was like telling them to like go check on cleanings after they're done by the cleaning team. Because it's always good to have someone double checking work and stuff like that. I think again, like we used to do this, and just not having to drive to a unit saved us a lot of time, right? And we also had like day jobs, so we couldn't consistently do that anyways. Anyways, I'm just like rambling on now about like people that we've hired and things we've given them. I think ultimately outsource buys you time to like do better things to build your company and build your trajectory. I want to stop listing things off now because it's just getting kind of rambly. And I guess that's about it.
All right, one last note is relating to a previous or a future video. I don't know how we're going to stack this with remote partnerships and partnerships in general. A lot of the outsourcing work is like, hey, I'm just going to outsource this, and there's kind of no micromanagement, because the property coordinator side is really my side of outsourcing, because it's kind of irrelevant to Andrew. Because like I'm the one doing that work and I'm outsourcing my work, whereas like him getting a bookkeeper or like him getting VAs, answering inquiries, posting on Craigslist, stuff like that is very much his stuff. So he can outsource however he wants, and I can outsource however I want. That's kind of worked pretty well. It's kind of, we have our own mini projects in outsourcing, and kind of be able to kind of create something that works. Otherwise, it's kind of chaos if your partner wants to outsource something or really take on a small project, and you're kind of like intermingling for two things. Because one, you're not playing on your strengths and kind of fulfilling your duties when every second you spend like kind of doing that. And two, it just gets confusing when the boundaries are mixed. So that's all I had to say about that. So I'm gonna do this thing, and half the screen will go. Actually, that doesn't even make sense because it's not. Anyway, talk to you next.